faked for views.
Oh no! Watch out, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Plug your ears if you like YouTube.
One of those questions. What do you say when people think your videos are faked for views?
They're right. No, I'm just kidding. So it was a thing. So it's hard because if you watch, I think the first example I saw of this was like early day Game Chasers, when I'd see comments of like, there's no way that's real. And then there'd be rumors, I think a big one in like the mainstream media, which I think maybe even proved to be real. I'm not confirming or denying, but that like shows like Storage Wars was like holding things for them to show on the show. They'd plant things inside the storage lockers, which to be honest makes better TV. I'm not saying it's right. But so it started coming into the YouTube world. Do you guys fake this for views? In the last year and a half, we've had probably our biggest streak of finding things.
Great streak.
Week after week after week. I know. Shut up. You were the supplier.
Let me just put this right over here.
So, okay. Ricky, have we ever faked for views?
We've never faked.
Never faked it for views.
I've been with you guys.
Some of the stuff is insane,
vouch for
though.
that.
I just can't believe some of the stuff we run into, dude. It's too weird.
I feel like the show wouldn't, in any YouTube show, like, it just feels different if it was faked, right? And there is things that feel faked when you watch on TV where, like reality TV at this point, like, give me a break. Like, I've been not on reality TV, but in mainstream TV media where it's like, nope, different emotion. When Ricky and I years ago got interviewed, the NDA expired to possibly be on the History Channel with our show. And we had to go meet in LA and do these big things and film in front of this lady who would have us say these things. And that's when you immediately know, even audition tapes that they called us to do, they already wanted you to like, say that same thing again, but I want you to say it like this. Re-say it like this. And it's almost like, well, you're turning me into not me at this point.
So it was more like acting.
Not necessarily. It was them guiding your natural reactions.
So marionetting you, like just basically.
Which I get, like if we were like, on YouTube and Ricky looked like he was going to fall asleep, I'd be like, Ricky, wake up and slap him. But I'm not going to be like, hey, dude, you need to like redo that whole thing because you weren't being like who I think you should be on camera.
And just so I know, so they were going to do a show based on you guys for game hunting.
Yeah.
They were.
So what they pitched us, we actually went to Morgan Freeman's studio, or that one was me. I went to Morgan, but you went to the other one after with that girl. I won't say her name, but I went to Morgan Freeman's studio and they had got a hold of our show and wanted to see it. Apparently Morgan Freeman saw it and thought it was cool and wanted to check it out. So they sent me down there, and they were pitching the idea of Ricky and I had to sign an NDA. It's expired now, a non-disclosure agreement, so we can say it. It almost went through. We were like top 3 out of like 17 shows they were pitching, but they wanted us to go around in like a van, like American Pickers, with a person that restores stuff. Which I know, Mike Wolf, Frank Fritz. I know.
Oh my God.
I've seen the Photoshops before. I'll take it. I love both those guys.
They're the best.
I love them. But they wanted to kind of pitch that, but the area that it kind of felt thrown off for me was like with a restoring element involved, like bringing on someone else as well that's like in a van with us, and like we pick up stuff that's like beat up and not working, and the person repairs it while we're driving around through cities, and then we use that money to like trade or sell to buy more stuff, almost like a pre-Phoenix resale, type of thing. So it was interesting. It was super cool. But you definitely could feel in those, they were positioning you to be yourself, but also to kind of fake a little bit. And there is an aspect of faking where the only faking, and I'm saying it with air quotes for the audio listeners, is if like 2 seconds late, I hit record, 5 seconds too late, and Ricky just picked up something. I'm like, oh, hold on, stop. Okay, pick it up. Now I'm hitting record. That's like the biggest extent we'll do of fake, air quotes for those who can't see again. Because and they know, even like with the podcast, I'll be like, no, like we will literally be at dinner together. Oh, we're going to dinner after this. And we'll be like, if it sounds like something great for the podcast, stop, nobody talk. Because we don't want fake reactions. It makes for not entertaining viewership. It makes for me not being, and I'm not a good actor. I'm a horrible actor. I'm an idiot. I'm loud. I'm stupid. I can turn it on. I can be sad. But when it comes to acting, all of a sudden I don't know how to do it. And I don't understand it. So I can't do it. I want to know for you, you've had a lot of YouTubers, and I never want you to say names or anything like that. Has anyone ever, you've had YouTubers come into your store, has anyone ever come in there. You know we haven't, but has anyone ever went and be like, hey, can you maybe dice this up this way for me and maybe sell this to me for this price or act like you don't know this or...
A couple times, yeah, where I've kind of just been like...
So you know Phoenix Resale.
It's all staged. It's like, do this, do this, do this. Sometimes there might be like, like acting, I'm terrible. I couldn't do that. So if I was asked to act, which I have been, I'm like, I'm not good at that. And a lot of the other earlier on YouTubes that were more like skits were acting. Like even like
yeah, that's different. We've done that. We've done it. But people know we're acting. Like we're doing a skit where, there's a zombie in my backyard.
I saw this guy in Lord of the Rings still. I thought he's Legolas.
Legolas? Albion woman. Nope.
All right, go back to your story. My bad.
But so a little bit. Yeah, there's been a little bit of that. Yes.
Would you ever, if someone came to you and asked you, like, hey, can you plant this in your store? Would you ever... Well, this is almost like asking if you would take bribes. Maybe I shouldn't ask. Would you ever go along with it just to go along with it? Someone, hey, Chris, can you put this little Samsung back your store and act like you didn't know it was there and I'll find it?
Yeah, I mean, morally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If I was helping out a friend, probably.
Oh, Ricky,
have I ever done
you got
that?
a great in.
No, yeah.
We're coming to your store for the next video. Thanks, Chris. We needed some good content.
Yeah, I probably, if it was helping somebody out, I probably would.
Wow.
But I'm not a YouTuber, so I personally probably would be like you guys. And I like reality much more, the real stuff that, like when we're out game hunting, I like that. It's very real.
Yeah.
What you guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ricky?
I'm just, dude, I couldn't act even if I wanted
True. I already know Ricky can't.
True story. We had to do health videos in high school. And I remember, dude, I was nervous. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. They gave me the shortest line. All I had to do was like turn around and call the phone. And turn around and call like the fire department, like as an accident, like there was an accident.
Yeah.
And there was the prettiest girls like in my class were watching it and like pointing and making fun at it, and I was like, oh shoot.
But dude, they only botching the delivery.
They only
call the fart department.
They literally, you see them like pause it right where I'm at, and they're like, look at this, just look at this guy's reaction. I was like,
oh, that's fantastic.
Ruined your acting career. You'd be a famous actor
right
now if it weren't for that.
I mean, they were.
I had that.
No way. There's no way.
You know, Ricky and I went to the same school because we had the same type of thing. We had to do a health video.
Yeah.
And I remember for mine, my teacher's watching it. I can forget her name. And I just remember we had to do a health video about like breaking a leg or something, breaking an ankle or something. And I was like, I got one for you, health teacher. And she watched it and she was like, oh my gosh. It was a skateboarding video. She's like, that looked so real. Like your reactions look so real. Like this is just like it was all about the acting. Like, could you do the acting? And she's like, this is great. A+, great job. And I told my buddy who was not in my group at the time, he's like, dude, that was great. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it was just real footage. That was me skateboarding, breaking my ankle with all my buddies. Like, yeah, when I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, my ankle's almost dangling backwards. Yeah, it's real.
She's like, that looked so real. Your bone was breaking out of your leg.
Now, to get spicy. Wait, to get spicy, do we know any YouTubers who fake?
Ooh.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm gonna say
I do.
Yeah, Pixel Game Squad.
Yes, Pixel Plus. I do know. And I will say the only thing I've ever done that's like planning out the video of the hunts would be like to tell, say, you before, like, hey, if you have good stuff, hold it. Don't show me what it is, but let me know. Like if you find a bunch of crazy stuff at your shop, yeah, leave it so we can come and find it. Like, don't tell us what it is, but yes, I want to see. Kind of like what we did recently with Retro Rick. You brought a couple bangers, lost Sculptor's Cut like an idiot in the parking lot. I just got done editing that video today, by the way. Yeah. I'm sorry, Chris. That's what I would do, but that's not.
But
fake.
yeah, there was no faking in that. It was just kind of like, hey, bring some good items and
You
we'll
had
do
to
a film.
pretend that you liked Retro Rick, though.
That takes a lot of effort.
That is true. No, Rick is a sweetheart, man. I love Rick as long as he keeps me editing.
All right, my last question. I know this just happened, though. I don't think the video will be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
How was your experience almost like being able to go into an empty house, kind of do an American Picker style?
Oh, man. Curtis hooked us up with a guy who was like, hey, I run this business and I clear out homes, and he gets paid to do it. And he's like, he likes us. He's been on the show before.
Yeah.
Only one time, though. and he's like, I want to let you guys in. Curtis worked it out with them to go pick through the abandoned house before they tear everything out, and we'll give him money for the stuff. You know, we set a certain amount that we'll pay him and all that. And it was one of the coolest experiences ever. And Curtis even had some pictures. And just to be honest, I was like, don't send me the pictures. I don't want to know anything. I don't know what's going to be in here. And that real moment of getting in there, not knowing what's in there, is just, you couldn't have paid me to want to see the pictures before, because that true emotion of seeing this stuff that we found in there, which it'd probably go out by then.
Yeah.
Boxed 3DSs, boxed 3DS games, the most mint condition ColecoVision boxes you've ever seen, Atari boxes you've ever seen, games you've ever seen, all the mintiest in the middle of this, I'll be honest, kind of sleazeball. Yeah. Let's just say he was Blake's father, probably, with what he collected. He probably was Blake's dad, because there was a lot of dicey stuff in that house.
Smut, huh?
It was called Smut Hut.
I mean,
that should be Blake's business.
Smut Hut.
And I think that that experience that like me and Chris did the other day at that estate sale was just kind of like that similar.
You went to an estate sale without us?
Yeah, because you guys actually we've been trying to get that one going, but I thought this was the best route. But like, you know how you just go into somebody's house and it's just like, this guy's collection is crazy.
But there with the estate sale, we're competing with like hundreds. There was hundreds of people.
Nobody with us.
So nobody with you. Nobody. You know what? And I got to say,
and he left. See ya.
When I'm surprised. I didn't realize you guys were going to find such good stuff. I was with Curtis when that lead originated.
Yeah.
So this was somebody Curtis knew. We were at the flea market.
Well, so we've bought from him. We bought all those mint Game Boy games from
so
him.
there was clearly a relationship, but the way he described it, he was like, hey, I'm clearing out a house, and there's like a few Atari games in there, and I think like a 3DS. Honestly, afterwards, when we left, I was like, dude, that sounds like it's just going to be a bunch of garbage in there.
I'm so glad.
And I was like, I was like, I don't even think
so
you
glad
guys
you didn't go.
I was like, I bet you guys aren't even going to want to go down there. And then now hearing out that there was a lot of good stuff. So you never know, you know?
You don't know. But we had to dig for it.
Yeah,
we were digging through disgusting stuff to find them. We found rare records. We found there was a lot of good CDs.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of blank single-stitch shirts.
Oh, really?
So you can make those fake ones you've been wanting to make.
Oh, my God.
Ricky, what was your experience with that, though? You know, Ricky, people say on the podcast, you don't talk enough.
Dude.
And Ricky, some people blame me. We've been friends forever.
You guys shouldn't blame him. That's just how I am. Look, that's why we get along so well. He talks a lot, and I like to listen.
It's a yin and a yang. Poor Ricky. But tell me about your experience.
Dude, I'll tell you the first thing. The first thing is, I couldn't believe that place was probably sitting for years.
Oh, yeah.
Dust was... I still have dust in my nose. I can guarantee you. But it was great to just... It was like a swap, but like... on steroids, because you didn't know what you were going to find except for smut.
The best thing was, though, like what you said, the lack of competition is the greatest thing. And I will say, we've set up with him to where he is, we're helping him out with some stuff on his back end of his business with my skills that I know. In return is he's going to let this keep doing more of these when he finds stuff and letting us go have these private digs. So if you want in, $20, bro.
I'll pay $20 for that. Yeah.
I should have gone higher.
Well, because whenever we're hunting anywhere else, I mean, even at the flea markets, at estate sales, it's always a mad dash. You're competing with people.
Dude.
So to have kind of your own personal, like...
There's no time limit.
No time limit. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
And honestly, it was just kind of based on just trust, because I knew the guy. I was kind of talking to him for a couple of weeks, but prior to that conversation, I was like, you know, if you ever come across this type of stuff, I gave him a list and everything, and he was just like, yeah, I'll hit you up. And then we just came across him that day, and we just got lucky, you know, because it was literally on that like 2 days notice. And these guys are ready.
Dang, and I was there for that lead too, Curtis. And let me check my phone to see if I got a text. No text.
And we're going to close that topic out. We're going to go on